Hello, hello. How are we doing, friends? Welcome to this week's episode of Noli Friends. I'm your host, Manoli, and this is Mr. SamPakPak.
Yo,
How are
what is
you?
up, guys?
How
SamPakPak here.
how are you doing, honey? Command
What's going
guest,
on?
please. Oh, welcome, sir. It's been so long since we've spoken.
I know,
I know
right?
it's been a
Been too
while.
long.
I know it has been a while. What's it been? Less than 48 hours? Barely 48 hours? It hasn't
Exactly. Yeah.
been. For those of you who don't know, I had a birthday stream this past weekend, and Mr. SamPakPak came over, let me build a 7V, which sounded absolutely sick. In the back with a capital sick, honestly. Then we got some Korean barbecue after with some fellow Keeb homies. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was hell fun.
Uh,
Honestly, yo, I've been like waiting to do one of those like let's pull up our keyboards and someone's like
dude,
car in their back trunk or whatever and do some such stuff.
So like, if any of you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen it. But we were in the back of Sam's car. We had like four keyboards spread out in the trunk, and we're all just like in the middle of like right in Koreatown, dead smack middle of Manhattan. We're just all like, what the hell's up here? Like we're all typing in the trunk. I'm like, we have to look like psychopaths to the people around us.
Yo, for real, for real.
That story was gold. I've been seeing like so many Instagram posts like over the last like six, seven
Giuseppe
months.
Strambo, did you put your
Yeah, dude.
fucking name in the gabagool of fine?
I thought this wouldn't happen until Thursday. Thank you so much for 12 months, an entire year of continued support. After this, I'm going to turn off the event sounds because it scares me every time I'm mid sentence and I lose my train of thought. But King, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I've been like seeing them like a lot of West Coasters, like the Kimchis, the Tims,
Yeah.
everybody. Every I keep seeing the car. Kimchi's notorious. I feel like I've seen like six trunk meetups in LA, and
Yo,
I'm like,
for
we
real,
gotta.
for real.
Beast Coast deserves it. Beast Coast deserves it.
I know, man. Yeah. We
I
need
felt
like I feel like we need more people. They have so many people over there, like
we're,
to
we're,
gather.
we've got the numbers. We're just more spread out is the problem. It's a little less
That's true.
convenient. Not we're not all in LA. Just gotta get all
Yeah.
of you guys to move to New York. It'll be
Yeah,
easy.
for real.
Let's just all get we'll get a nice penthouse together. Should be cheap. I'll tell you what. Mr. Lightning Cables Diego was there, and I held and typed on a TGR Jane in the middle of Let's Meet Korean Barbecue, and it felt really weird to hold a keyboard that cost more than my rent. That
Dude,
was
that,
that was
that
an
keyboard was sick.
it was an absolute like experience, but it was cool to like see everybody. You know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Because some people like I was like, wait, they look different on stream. Like specifically Bayar, I thought he looked mad different in person. I don't know why.
What was weird was this the first time you've like hung out with anyone in the Keep scene in person?
Yeah, first time for me. First time.
So this is the one thing that I've never like experienced until this weekend, and it shocked me because I didn't see you guys. I also saw Kiki deliver on Friday, who happened to be in New York. This whole weekend, I saw so many Keep friends in person, and it felt so weird to like we talk about keyboards all the time on Discord and like
Yeah.
chat and stuff, obviously, but to be in person, like nerding out about this was it was like a crazy experience, like because I've never in person talked with someone else who's addicted to keyboards. It was
Yeah,
the
dude.
strangest. It was surreal.
Yeah, really, really weird experience. I think like hopefully we get used to it, I guess. It's gonna be like normal now. But I don't know, yo, like cause like they did you hear on the news recently? Like CNN, they're like New York City is like requiring everyone to show their vaccination card to enter like anywhere now.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm all for it. Not to get not
Yeah,
sure how
yeah, for
anyone
sure.
stands on it, but like if you need to get vaccinated, I'm so cool with it. Because if that slows us down, because like I know like LA's crazy right now, and
Yeah,
things are just
dude.
like it's scary.
Florida's even dumb crazy.
I don't want to go back into quarantine, so I would appreciate it if we made more of an issue. I'm all for it. I'm all
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. Because like, remember how I was like, yo, like, why we have all these vaccine cards, and then like, why haven't we used them yet? I was like, well, okay, now it's happening.
I've used it. I've used it once. I went
Oh,
to
really?
I went to a Yankee game I went to the Yankees Red Sox
Oh.
game, and you had to show it. You weren't allowed in. There's a couple
Oh
months ago.
wow.
It was like
Oh
May,
wow.
but they wouldn't. You had to show your card. Besides that, I haven't been asked once.
Oh wow.
Um, Actually, I lied. The ramen place by me, I went there for dinner one night,
Oh really?
and I went for dinner, and they're like, "Are you vaccinated?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Show me your card." He's like, "Cool, you get a free ramen egg."
Oh what?
You get a free if you show your vaccination, they would give you a free egg.
Dude, that's awesome. What the heck?
I'm like, why am I so excited for this $2 extra? Like, it's like Christmas. I'm psyched. Oh my god. But to get off of the plague, um, dude, welcome. I hope you have been well these last few days. I know it's been long, but hope
Yeah,
everything's
dude.
good. Hope everything's going well.
Yeah, everything's really, really good. Yeah, just been back to doing work and stuff and streaming. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
For those of you who don't know, because I'm gonna keep making this announcement, Mr. SamPakPak is semi freshly engaged. The news have settled, but it's massive. He managed to pull and get engaged to a girl without flexing like GMK Botanical first. Like he didn't have to have Darling be like, I am a suitable, I am a worthy partner. Nah, he got it au natural, no
But
flexing.
I did. Look, yo, even see, look right here. This is like my setup for my fiance. She has, yo, bro. Look, she took it. She stole it.
She
She
took a
stole the 7V with
7V.
botanical. She stole it from me today.
Do you blame her? I mean, honestly, do you blame her?
Nah, it's
'Cause it's
true. I mean, yo, guys, GMK
black cherry,
botanical. It's the ladies.
black cherry cream pies.
Yeah,
Were
black cherry
the
pies.
nuttiest switches I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, sounds and feels really good on the 7V. Not gonna lie, it does not require tape mod with these black cherry pies.
Can we point out that he locked that down shortly after his Sailor Moon stream? That was the max of flex. If you could put up with me doing this, then this is it.
Dude,
Easy
it was
peasy.
literally the day after. Like literally the day after.
What is yours is hers, and what is hers is also hers.
That is true. That is true. Cause
Hello,
like,
Christoph.
yeah, she was like, yeah. So when we move in together, like, I get to use all your keyboards like whenever I want, right? I'm like,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, he starts sweating, just dripping sweat.
Nah. She can use whatever she wants. So yeah, it's all good.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, Mr. SamPakPak is of course, a keyboard streamer because those are the people I know right now. A keyboard streamer, photographer, videographer. Guy's got a killer YouTube. But what you were into, it seems like before keyboards. That I am also like quietly obsessed with this. With this like this space. I try to I can't commit enough, but I think in my next place I might have to have you over to teach me the ways. But SamPakPak is a aficionado in the desk workstation space. The man only has a clean desk set, like the cleanest of desk setups.
Oh my gosh, dude, like honestly, okay, if I were to show you how my desk looks right now, yeah, it does not look like the photos. It's only when I'm taking photos, it's clean. Other than that, I do have a lot of random stuff like all around here, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I try. Oh god, sorry. My
Ooh.
camera just like
All good. I thought it was me at first. I'm like, oh god, we're botched.
hold on. It's my camera. It's my
Thank you.
freaking like I'm using a 5D Mark III and like it times out after 30 minutes and then like the shutter goes off or whatever. Yeah, it's just some stupid thing. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so like my desk is usually like not as clean as people think, but I tried to do my best to make it look nice, I guess. But yeah, and that's pretty much like how that's basically the reason why I'm even streaming today. Like is because of my desk setup because last year like during quarantine and during lockdown, like everybody's trying to get their desk setups like super perfect and getting the standing desk, whatnot, this and that. And like I guess like maybe I don't know why I don't know what hit me because like even back then I was like not that into Instagram. Like I was like just I'm more of like I guess a lurker scroller during for Instagram. I didn't really like post that much. So like I don't even know how I don't even remember how I got the inspiration, but I'm pretty sure like I was following this one guy. His name is Michael Soledad, and the other guy name is RL Salter. Those guys were like to me. What is it? The Rice Bucket Ben. Those three guys were probably like the top three desk setup people at that time, and they were like getting really really crazy numbers. And I guess that's where I started following, like trying to, I guess saw that kind of stuff, and then I got inspired to make my own stuff. And then I was like, dude, honestly, yo, this low key looks pretty nice. I'm gonna take some photos. But it wasn't I didn't go in it with the intent of like, trying to get a following or anything like that. Like I just made an Instagram just like, okay, let me just post a couple of pictures of my desk setup and see where it goes. Like if people starts following it, then okay, cool. But if not, then it's whatever. Like it's fine. And then like maybe after a couple of pictures that I took, people started finding my account somehow. I didn't even use at the time. I barely use like hashtags or anything like that, and it just like grew and grew somehow. And those like reposters, like what is it? There's like desk setup reposting accounts. Basically, they take other people's pictures and just repost it, and a lot that I think that's the reason why my pictures got like a lot of traction at the time. And then like I was like, oh shoot, people actually like this is like a thing, like this is like a niche in Instagram. I had no idea it was a thing. Just like how like hype beasts and like sneakerheads, like there's a niche there on Instagram and stuff like that where like streetwear is really crazy. And then I was like, oh sure, I had no idea there's like a niche for like this type of thing, which is really weird. And then I started to notice like, oh wait, like it's like me trying to find inspiration on Instagram or Pinterest of things, and people are looking for this kind of photos. And I was like, damn, so this is a thing. And then I was like, okay, let's oh shoot, let's see where this
Double
goes. And
up.
I just keep posting like daily photos, and then at that point I was like, okay, how about I just post maybe just random like tech review stuff. Maybe people like maybe we'll get some traction of that, and maybe like that'll pull some kind of, I don't know, some kind of audience and stuff. And then I started this thing called Honest Tech Reviews, and it was pretty much just reviewing everyday kind of tech. Whether I think I started with like headphones, because that was a thing that I get drawn to headphones because I'm like an audio guy. And so I started
What's your current
reviewing stuff
headphones?
like
What's your current
that.
headphones?
It was the Sony Sony, what is it? Shoot, I even forgot what it was called. Sony, it's the Sony
Oh, I have the
WH4.
four.
XM,
I one of
oh,
the it
XM4s.
is the XM. That's what I'm wearing right now. So there you go.
Oh, nice, nice,
Fantastic,
nice.
fantastic headphones.
Yeah, it was really really great. And then I was like, okay, how about we just make this into like a YouTube video instead? And then I started venturing out trying to do like tech review videos on YouTube. And then like and all of a sudden like sponsor, like not sponsor, like companies started seeing the videos, and then they were like, oh, we want to sponsor you to do a review on one of our products. And at the time I was probably only like 300 followers on Instagram. And I was like, bro, like I'm like a nobody, you trust me with like a $300 desk, like you're about to send me for free? And that was one of the people that really, like, I guess saw something in me and gave me an opportunity. And dude, to this day I still get like money from affiliates with that, bro.
Hmm.
Like probably per month I get like $200 like for doing nothing, just because I did a video back in like December or something like that.
And just still
And
getting hits.
yeah, it's crazy, and people are using my affiliate link where it gives you like 15% off and stuff like that, and it just
That's a big.
it
That's
just
a and people for going for $300 desk. That's like over $30 just right
yeah.
off the
And it's
bat.
like, honestly, it's like one of the best like budget standing desk out there. It's called Flexi Spot, and they
I'm familiar with FlexiSpot.
yeah, they
Well,
reached out to me for that one.
it's cool because in like a very similar fact, like I get what you're saying because like I remember when I searched because I've been like I mean I feel like we've all been like watching YouTube forever, but that was like it's like a cool feeling like when you're like putting in work like that. And I feel like for years like when you're watching content creators and like even like when you're doing content yourself, you're like, dude, imagine getting stuff for free. Like, 'cause
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
people like value your content so much that they want you to send you stuff to advertise. Because I
Yeah.
got Flexi Spot reached. I did that a thing for TikTok for them. I
Oh,
just
nice.
bought an uplift desk though, so I didn't need one. But I'm sitting
Oh.
there. It's kind of like nice because like my roommate had a pretty cheap desk at the time,
Oh, okay.
and I asked, I'm like, you want a standing desk? He's like, how much will it cost? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, they reached out to me and asked if they wanted to send me one. I'm like, I guess to make a video, but if you want it, it's all yours. He's like, absolutely. Like, I would love a standing desk. So, but it's just cool. Like, it's a very gratifying feeling.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then I was like, they had something where like they had like a bicycle where you can ride like at your Dude, I
Those are
tried to get that so bad, but they were like, "Oh, we don't have it right now. Like, we can't send you one. We already sent you a desk." And yeah, they never got back to me on that one.
I reached out. They asked me about some product, about follow up products. They are a weird brand because I've been reached out by like different people asking for desks. And
Yeah, 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 yeah,
we
yeah.
were joking. I was talking to Nick, and just like joking at the idea. I'm like, dude, should we just have an apartment full of desks? Like, get rid of the couch, just sit on the desk, sleep on the desk, get rid of the bed.
Yeah, dude.
And then but they reached out about some like wanted me they wanted to try this, and I don't remember what product it
Like a
was,
desk
but
riser. 'Cause
probably. And I'm like,
they've been hitting me with that lately, and I was like, "Bro, I'm not
I have a
interested."
standing. You have a standing
I
desk.
said I want another desk.
The only person that can just stand desk and the desk stand would be VR, who is just like chilling up there.
Yeah.
VR is very tall. That's a no
Oh,
shade of
God.
VR, just joking. But that was very I knew he was tall, but he looked very very tall.
Yeah, you're really tall.
But um what was I going to say? Oh, I was like, I emailed them twice and never heard back. They have a massage gun. I'm like, I could use it for switches.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't even know they had a
I'm
massage
like,
gun.
this would be really convenient for switches. Never heard back. Never heard from them.
Oh my God.
Well, have you seen the I know we don't go too much into keyboards, but I try not to go too much into keyboards on the podcast. But have you seen? I can't remember who makes them, but the guy who 3D printed the mechanism with the gears that
That does the
automatically,
massaging thing?
yeah, it like works like 40
Yeah.
at a time, but like it's all automatic.
Yeah, I've seen that. I forgot who did it, but yeah, I've seen
He
that.
he was selling them. I think he called them 100-year creams is what he called them, or something like that, like 10-year cream. It was something like that, but it was like a joke. Like he's like, these have been pressed for 100 years, but he's like, these are like as broken in as you can get broken in though. Like I
That's
think you just let
crazy.
them run. He was selling them like
Oh wow.
honestly, like if I really wanted broken in creams, like it wouldn't have been a bad option. But it is funny. Oh my god. Um, but yeah, did you so you've been posting, did you have like any like pictures or any moments where you're like, oh shit, this is getting like people are noticing me? Like was there never like an oh shit moment?
So like there's one photo on my Instagram, that just kept getting reshared like so many times for I don't know why. Honestly, dude, like it, it wasn't even that great of a photo. Like I like there's like so many photos that on my Instagram that I like better than this one, but apparently because it's so dark and moody, and just like maybe honestly speaking, okay, when I edited that video, that photo, I actually shot the photo wrong, incorrectly actually. And like it was so dark, and I was like, how am I supposed to make this bright or whatever? I like jacked up the shadows all the way almost to like 90% and stuff like that, and then like just put down the highlights like all the way to like 73 minus 73, and then all of a sudden like it just started to look kind of nice, but then it was pretty grainy a little bit still. And then I was like, you know what? Like, it's fine. I'll just post it, whatever. And then that photo has been circulating like the most out of my desk setups. It's like my ultra wide, and then like there's a whole line of like my camera gear in the front, and then I had a Rama M60, and
I
then
know which picture you're talking about.
yeah, and then you can see like my it's not a bear brick, but it's like what is it? Is it a bear? No, not bear brick, but it's like my Michael Jackson, and then you have like the Cause statue up there on my
That's dope.
shelf. Yeah, so like for some reason that one popped off, and then like that one kept getting reshared, and then like I actually submitted those same similar photos to random Frank Peace. His desk
I
setup
was go- I
feature.
was going to I was going to ask if you've ever been on if
Yeah,
you've ever
so
submitted on his
my
page.
yeah, so my stuff got featured on there, and then one of my work coworkers actually reached out to me saying, "Bro, I saw your desk setup like on random Frank P's like YouTube video." It's like, wait, what?
Says, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I sent him those photos like months ago, and then like months later, he finally used them, and I was like, "Oh shoot, this is where they were."
That's
But yeah,
sick.
yeah, that
There
was crazy.
there's some I didn't realize like how like did you like notice like when Random Frank P shared you like did you like notice like jumps on your social media or was it kind of like steady?
It was not really anything. I think the one place that I noticed it jumped like crazy, was this was like, do you know Instagram account called iSetups?
Yeah, I
It's
follow
run
them.
by Justin C, a YouTuber, and along
It's
with
like one
another
of the
person.
it's like one of the biggest ones, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
it's
been following
probably
that one for a while.
yeah, that one's like probably the biggest yeah, desk setup reposting account. That one that one too, they reposted like a picture that I was like whatever about also. It's like it was like Spider-Man Spideyverse or whatever.
Hmm.
And then I was like I had my modded Nintendo Switch that's like purple, and I was like playing on it, or just took a photo of me like pretending to play on or something. That one got me like over 1,000 overnight,
Like
1,000 followers
followers.
overnight. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
wow.
So I was
That's
like,
sick.
what the hell is this? My phone
That's
blew up,
crazy.
and
You
that
gotta
was the
link me
day
to
I,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta
I'll
link me
say,
to
I'll show
that.
you the one. Yeah, that one, like, that was the reason why I had to shut off like my Instagram notifications after that day. I was like, dude, this is way too much. Like, this is like nuts. But yeah, that was basically the account, and then that's where I think I found like the confidence of like, okay, like I kind of want to do this now. Like I kind of want to keep this going. And then after that, like they haven't that reposting account has not reposted any of my desk setup photos after that, which is kind of crazy because they follow me and they like my photos on Instagram, but I've never seen a repost of my desk setup after that, which is crazy. Because right now I'm really actually really proud of like how it looks now, and I'm like low key kind of salty that they don't pick it up. And low key I'm like, yo, that could be like an
So
extra
everybody
thousand.
start everybody get on nice setups and start adding. Just go to SamPakPaks and start adding and tagging and sharing with ice setups, guys. Go get SamPakPak back on the grid.
Yeah, if
Just
you
kidding.
yeah, tag I
Well,
setups for me.
I'm not kidding, but
But
um,
yeah, there's like only other ones like really reposting account that I'm like not close with, but I know of. It's called the Dream Setup. That guy, yeah, always supports me and stuff like that. So which is really cool.
that's sick. Yeah, I've only really had like one of those, and it was the Homogeneo like React to Creators video. Um,
Mhm.
I've like talked to him once. Can you ask Sam to look outside, bro?
Okay.
Who's Shinber?
Where are you,
Hi, Shinber.
bro? I'll let you in. Okay. I rang the door. I mean, I rang the bell for you. Come in.
Does he want to come on? Wait, that's really funny.
My man always tells me to look outside.
He's like, hey, can you let me in?
Even though I'm like in the basement, I can't even look. There's no windows down here.
That's really funny. What was it called? The Homogeneo video. It didn't like. I definitely got some more on YouTube, but there was a little bit there like on Twitch. People were coming in and was like, they were like, "Yo, came from Homogene's video," and I'm like, "This is like a weird like it wasn't like a ton of people, but it was like a very weird feeling. It's like, oh shit, like people are like, yo, I gotta check this guy out. Like it's kind of cool, you know."
Pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I still haven't gotten featured like in those kinds of like videos or anything like that because I feel like people still like don't really know like who I am. Like as far from like my audience. Yeah, a lot of the keyboard people actually don't really know like who I like, even if I'm even here. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Or at least the people on YouTube, they don't really even know I'm here. Um, yeah,
I feel
but
like
they
it's a
know
lot
like
of
all the. yeah, they know a lot of other people that like, you know, I guess if you want to like look at numbers per se, yeah, like lower following, yeah, they know those people. But for me, I'm like, uh,
I think in the
I'm out here.
community, I at least from who I talk to, everyone I talk to has seemed. I think at least. Ooh, ran to the desk. I think a lot of people, at least people who I've spoken of, know who you are in the keyboard community. I mean, the keyboard community is so like. It's like I say, it's tight knit, but it's growing so much. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely think like I think because we all kind of like came in this like last year. I feel like a lot of us.
Mhm.
So we're all kind of like in it together in a sense, but it's yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. It's just a lot out there. Like I mean, I don't know how many people like really like know who I am like just from like numbers alone, but I don't know. I feel like you can't look at the numbers because that's when like you just gotta
True.
keep doing it because you like it. Once you do it for
Yeah.
numbers, I feel like because I mean I've been there too. Like I'll like look at numbers and like I start to like it like starts to like hurt a little and like the way it's just like damn like you start to like wonder if it's what you're doing wrong and then it's just like you know what like just do what makes you happy. Don't like if you do it for the numbers essentially like you just
Yeah,
get in
that's
your head
true.
too much.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's one of those things because I think you make killer content like but you need to it's kind of just like one of those things like you just need to keep going until
Yeah,
you like just keep doing what you're doing because like your stuff is
yeah.
like everyone's like your stuff is good. I'm confident in my stuff and like I think everyone kind of like gets their opportunity a bit, you know.
Yeah, because like what sucks about like Instagram, like I've been getting a lot of like fatigue. Like probably in the beginning, I probably posted almost literally every single day, have everything like planned, scheduled, and everything, make sure I didn't miss a day. And then it got to a point where like my reach was like just so bad, where like my post doesn't even get like noticed by really anybody, you know, except for like people who are actually like following me and stuff. And like I was like, dude, like as a creator, like on this space, like it gets so like I don't know, like you get fatigued, I guess, and just kind of discouraged because like it's like you put in so much heart and soul into like pictures and like content and stuff, but it doesn't even get reached to the right people that you want it to, and it's like uncontrollable. Like as much as you want to play the Instagram game of like changing out hashtags, like changing out like these other tags or doing this, posting at 9:30 a.m. EST, like on the dot, like doing all these things like it can only get you so far because like the for some reason yeah just the Instagram algorithm is just like not into your favor, and I've been hearing the same old like thing with other creators that I met along the way, and they're all getting like, dude, we don't even want to do Instagram anymore because apparently now it's becoming a video centric app instead of photography anymore. And so, yeah, it's just I don't know, very discouraging, I guess.
There's I've definitely Forrest Keys brings it up too, and I was gonna say the same thing. Instagram is worst for reach and consistency, which is kind of crazy because that was kind of the go-to for a lot of like us. Like I'm
Yeah,
still very like I still like keep consistent, but it's weird. It's like almost it feels hard to grow on Instagram because there's no like you said like they don't really give a shit about posts. They made it harder for you to post photos. Like they what was like it should it's in like the top right, borderline hidden, like transparent with the top. Where now like the bottom middle, it was like shopping and then it's like only for video.
yeah, yeah,
And it's like I understand like it's a business model, you know, like they want to keep up with the times and they want to like shift to a more profitable, but this is what you are. You know, you are a photo app.
yeah,
You are like I get
yeah,
being adding the abilities, and it does make it a little tougher, which is frustrating. But I mean, that's what there's other apps for. I've actually been posting my photos more on Twitter. I think there's a better chance for it, and I think it's like it allows me to kind of reuse my content in, but not
yeah,
like
yeah,
you know, like you know, like you can recycle your content a bit, but then you can make new content for it. I think apps like TikTok are honestly a little bit more efficient, and even like YouTube Shorts. But my problem with YouTube Shorts is I don't know. I think it's one of those things I feel like I should get out of my head with. But I don't like how it breaks up your how it's just with your uploads. I don't like that. I'm not a
yeah.
fan of it. It's kind of annoying to me.
Not a fan either.
Yeah, so I've kind of like that's why I don't do it. Like I wish it was if it was in its own section, I'd be a lot more prone to use it. But it seems like that's a very like good way of um like finding reach outside of Instagram at least.
Yeah, like, cause like the stuff on Instagram now, like that are like for me at least taking off still to this day was that Instagram reel that I did, like of like, oh, like when your parents ask where's all your money, dude, like right now, like it I did that like maybe a couple weeks ago, and like now it's like taking off for some reason. I'm just like, bro, like I don't want to do these kinds of videos. Like, I mean, they're funny, right? But like, uh, but like you're a photography app. You know, like people are using this, you know, to showcase your photo skills and sharing that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to do like these corny ass videos. Like, that's for TikTok. You know, like that should stay in TikTok.
It's they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. I
Yeah.
half of reels to me I've seen are literally reuse TikToks. Like I see the
Yeah.
watermarks.
Oh yeah, I literally just reuse my TikToks on and put it on. That's basically all I do. But I mean, that's like I feel like that's the game you gotta do. Like that's how you gotta play it, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Is there
It's
in like at least the Despier because I wanted to touch I actually wanted to touch on this before we get too far off it. But do you have any like creators that in like at least like the desk space like work battle stations that scene that you really like, or like anyone like maybe you draw inspiration from or like look at for maybe inspiration?
Oh, for me, yeah. So like, dude, like we actually have like a group chat in Instagram, me with like a bunch of like desk setup creators. Those are the guys that I really do look up to. Like there's a guy named Michael Evans, Maxwell. I know if you guys come into the Twitch, my man dropped almost like 110 gifted subs, and he's from that space.
Oh my god.
Maxwell has like such a sick um desk setup. He was like one of my inspirations because he was the one that like showed me that you have to have a theme for your Instagram. Otherwise, like you kind of lose your branding in a sense. Like you have to edit your photos a certain way and always the same way so that people can notice that that is your brand. And I didn't realize that was a thing. I thought you could just take whatever photos and just edit really nicely, but he's like, dude, like if you want like growth and stuff, like you have to kind of have a theme that goes with your desk setup and everything and your branding and all that stuff. And his was like dark and like a hint of orange. Like everything was black and just hints of orange. And like those guys are the ones that like really taught me a lot, and I look up to them a lot. And yeah, and we just started this little desk setup kind of like create content creators group chat just so that like we can like comment on each other's photos and like help each other out and give each other like photography tips, or and like if we have like questions about like reach and like how to work out hashtags, like or what kind of hashtags are you guys working on like now, like what are you reusing and stuff. So like those are stuff that we like talk about a lot. And yeah, those are the guys that I really look up to.
I watch a lot of random videos on the subject. I Who was the first person you mentioned if you remember?
Michael Soledad,
I
and yeah, he's Filipino.
He sounds
Uh,
familiar.
yeah, he does a lot of tech review stuff.
Yeah, the guy. I only watch one guy like very religiously. I subscribed only to him on YouTube for desk space. Besides you, of course. Is Matthew Encina.
Yeah,
He's like one of the bigger guys. He's like big in on YouTube though.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
like how big he is. Like I don't know if there's bigger people in the scene than him.
Mhm.
But he's the one I watch. Like every time he puts out a new video, I get psyched. I love watching him redo his desks. That's like my next place. My next when I move, because my plan is to be there for at least the rest of my time spent in New York, which is probably going to be at least like 5 more years. I'm assuming something, unless something changes. But I want to I plan on like going off like he did. That's my
Uh,
goal. Like his setup's gorgeous.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he like did that whole like what declutter thing and telling you like how to exactly like get rid of your space so that it looks nice and productive and stuff. So he has like a lot of good tips for all that stuff. Yeah. But there's a lot
Watching
of like yeah, bigger like I guess on Instagram like following, I guess. which is like his name is RL Salter. He's a coder. He's like a web developer. I think a web developer coder. I think or some kind of coder. Him, and then there's a guy named Chow Codes, also really big. And then yeah, Rice Bucket is probably one of the biggest, I would say. He's from I think he's from Singapore, I believe. If not, he's definitely in like Southeast Asia area. His desk setup is like yeah, like that was like probably the one that went circulated around the most during COVID.
Really quick, I want to thank Mr. Diego Schmitty so much for 12 months. I love you, brother. I'm happy to have you here, and I really appreciate 2 1 year. There, I've been seeing a lot of 1 year anniversaries. We're at that time now. It's kind of nuts, but see, like two in the stream alone, brother. Thank you so much. Um, Diego Schmitty is the boy. But no, yeah. Is there I guess like more on like desk setup, just because I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. What is like? Do you have like any like tips that like you never thought would be as important as they were? Like if there was something like any tips that you're like, if you want to have a clean desk setup, like these are like the rules you should follow, or like just
Oh
like any
yeah.
tips in that nature.
So with desk setups, like okay, if you are gonna be, I guess, taking photos and or like using it in the standing desk uh formation, probably honestly cable management is probably the biggest thing. And doing it correctly is probably the biggest thing because otherwise like it's gonna look like a mess down there. Especially if you're taking photos like for some reason like people look at in that setups that makes it really clean is that like you just see no wires. I mean like that's you know unrealistic at sometimes because you're gonna have to have like a power cord going in an outlet whatever. But for the most part people literally would take all the time in the world to like hide their cables, and that's probably the one biggest thing I would say is how to get a clean setup. And then on top of that, for me at least, like the biggest factor on my desk setup is probably got to be the monitor setup. Like that's probably the thing that I would have to figure out first, and then make everything else work around it. So basically, like for me, was my ultra wide monitor. I use that as like my centerpiece of my desk setup, and everything around it is just kind of fluff and trying to make it nice because that one pretty much it doesn't really go away, and that one's like gonna be always there. And then when I decided that I wanted to get rid of the ultra wide, that was like a huge huge step because I was contemplating a lot because I was like, you know what, I don't know, dude, like ultra wide is amazing. Like it is really great for productivity and just like I don't know, just having a bunch of stuff on your screen is really nice. But when it came down to like gaming, which is something that's really big in my life, I guess, it works, but it sucks because the one that I had is like 120 hertz. For me, I need at least 144 hertz monitor for gaming and stuff, and also when you play games on the ultra wide, you do see a lot of screen tearing, so it forces you to use G-Sync or FreeSync, which is on this one. But when you use FreeSync, you get input lag, and so like
I feel like I
you're
should be
gonna
taking
either
notes.
miss your
I
shots or
feel
you're
like I
gonna
should be
miss.
taking notes.
Yeah,
I like.
so it's not, yeah. Sorry for getting a little nerdy on that, but yeah, like
No. Like I'm like sitting there. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, like I never
but
thought about
yeah,
that.
it just gets very yeah, you got a lot of screen tear, so then it doesn't look good. The game doesn't look as smooth. But the one game that like the games that work are like say if you're playing like Genshin Impact or you're playing like a one player like RPG kind of a thing, big world kind of a game. Those are amazing on the ultra wide.
Like
But
being able to see like the whole landscape when playing like God of
yeah.
War or something,
But if you're
Skyrim.
playing like League of Legends, Counter Strike, Fortnite, Call of Duty, any of those games, which is those are the only games
Fortnite,
I
baby.
play.
Let's go.
Yeah, like pretty much, yeah. It kind of sucks, I guess. And like especially if you have to I use my mouse a lot, so like you're going from like this side of the ultra wide down all the way to the ultra wide, like it's just like too much like hand. And I play on low sensitivity mouse, so like yeah, it's not
I
gonna cut
wanna
it.
whenever I do, I wanna come. I wanna come on your stream and whenever you decide to allow me in your home, I want to see what streaming is like on an ultra wide. Because my whole problem with it is, well, I mean, like I have two monitors, and I've only ever worked on like one or two monitor setups. I want to see, like, I wish I could test out for like a week an ultra wide, but the problem is like, I want to know if I like that's the only reason I would like that. That's a big commitment because like when you get that, like, what do you do? Like you got that thing set up. I mean, I guess you could return it, but like, who wants to like test out a
Yeah,
monitor for a
that
week?
was
Like, that's a commitment. It's a
yeah,
commitment to go to
it
something
really
like that.
was. Because when I like dropped, what is it? That the money to get it, I was like, dude, returning this is gonna be a bitch, and like I have to like really make sure that I was gonna keep this. I had it for almost over a year. It was great, but like because my like what I've been doing is streaming mostly now. Um, dude, like you gotta have like separate screens. Like it's like allocation of these screens is like super important. Like I used to like just use part of the screens and like kind of like cut it out on OBS, the screen share or whatever. But sometimes like you would see my other like screen, or you would see my OBS screen, and like it would bleed out into the thing. And it's just like I remember Frank one time was like, bro, I see OBS on your screen, bro, like why can you hide it? I'm like, I don't know, it's an ultra wide, it's just one screen. So like
I
those kind of stuff happens quite often on the ultra wide. So like you have to make sure you allocate everything and cut everything out exactly.
see
So it gets
that's
kind of annoying sometimes.
that's why I do like love like Windows and like having separate monitors because I'm a big proprietor of the Dragon, like the drag for like a split perfect down the middle screen,
Yeah.
and so I do that like daily. That's why I'm like I'm gonna be honest. That function is a big reason why I prefer Windows over Apple. Or Mac
Um,
computer. Like I think I actually prefer Mac's interface. Like window. I actually prefer window. I'm sorry, Apple's interface a lot more. I think
mhm.
it's a bit cleaner, but there's certain functionality in the Windows iOS that I just like literally that drag feature is like 50% of the reason why I like Windows over uh, Apple.
Oh dang. Yeah, for me like I have to use a Mac for like my like video and like every like video editing stuff. Like I have to use a Mac. I don't know
A
why.
lot of people prefer Apple for
Yeah.
editing, but
Yeah. Also, it's because I do use Final Cut exclusively now. I used to be
ooh,
Premiere
good
like
for you. Good
only.
for you.
Yeah, I used to be a Premiere head ever since I started like video editing back in like high school and stuff. But like ever since I found Final Cut and started using the M1 like Mac Mini, holy crap, bro, this thing is a
You were the
beast.
one. I think you were the one talking to me. You were trying to talk me into getting an M1 instead of like a laptop or something.
Dude,
Um,
either get an M1 or a Mac Air or something, bro. This thing can edit 4K 120 FPS perfectly.
I think I'm also like very bitter against Apple because my first laptop for school was a MacBook Pro, but
Oh
it only had 8 gigs of RAM, and I worked that thing to literal death, and it only lasted me four
my
years.
god.
It only lasted 4 years. I'm very bitter because it's so expensive, and it would I could have bought a new laptop for how much it would have cost to fix it.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like I'm never buying an Apple computer again. I can't do it. Like
Yeah.
I was so mad. Um, meanwhile, when you work on like the problem for me is like you work on like Apple workhorses and they're sick. They are. They really are. Um, they just cost $5,000. I know the
Yeah.
M1 is working on the M1 Mac Mini is obviously a different.
Yeah, it's like
It's a lot
seven hundred
cheaper
dollars. Yeah, and I got like literally the base model, 8 gigs of RAM, dude. Like
and it
it
edits
runs,
fine, huh?
bro. It's perfect. Well, okay, I can't say perfect, but
Go ahead,
no,
show it some more. Where's the sponsorship gonna come in? I'm just kidding.
I wish, but yeah, I think I definitely the next one I have to get. I do have to upgrade it for sure, but um, it was a big upgrade from going from an i7 like 2015 MacBook MacBook Pro and going to the Mac Mini was a huge jump for me though. So like that was like definitely a worth investment, I guess. But now that I'm doing like even this last project I was working on for Kinetic Labs, um, it was hiccuping here and there, whatnot. So I was like, dude, I really wish I had a little bit more RAM in here. And once you pick the RAM, you can't upgrade it because it's soldered on and everything. So like once you
It's
commit to 8, it's just 8. So like I'm gonna have to, yeah, most likely when they drop the next one in November, I'm most likely gonna have to buy a new one. But I mean, for now, it's fine, I guess. But if,
Gets the job
yeah,
done.
yeah, definitely gets the job done, for sure. Because before, like, I literally couldn't edit my 4K footage on my other MacBook. I had to wait almost like 3 hours for it to make proxy files,
That's
and
crazy.
I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna sit here all day waiting for that. And by that time, like, your creativity gets like super lost, I think. And for me, like, I like whenever I'm working, I have to work like straight. I can't like take a break,
I
pause a
get
little
once you
bit,
get
and
in
then
the
come
rhythm,
back.
it's hard to break it.
Yeah,
I
I
get
have
that.
to keep going. And even like this one that I did for Kinetic Labs, like I literally took
Which
like
you did
8 hours.
fantastic on. I love the rollout for the octopus keycaps. I've seen so many between you, Alex, and oh my gosh, AE oh my god, Youngie. I can't. Oh my god, I'm
Youngie?
butchering.
Oh, okay.
I'm butchering her now. I'm butchering her name. We're just so hard. Asian JC.
Uh-huh.
Um, Emily AE Young. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
AE,
yeah.
yeah, AE Youngie. I'm like, I feel like I'm
Hmm.
butchering Emily. She's I know her from, I don't like know her. I've never spoken with her like
Uh-huh.
over a call, but her, Asian JC, you and Alex, I've loved the stuff you guys have done with the rollout
Thanks, thanks, thanks.
for the octopus keycaps, which I will be buying. You sold me very well.
Oh, really?
Um,
Yeah, my video should be dropping tomorrow.
let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, because I literally worked on it like all day this morning because there was a little bit of hiccup. Like I sent them a version, and then they were like, "Oh, this is not what we wanted," and I was like, "Oh shit." Okay. So I was like, I woke up this morning and read that text, and I was like, "All right, I gotta do something quick." And so like
Shit.
literally from like 9 a.m. all the way to like it only took me like 3 hours to do this one. But yeah, to like 12-ish, and then yeah, I got everything figured out. And then yeah, hopefully you guys like it.
I no, that's exciting. I'm excited to see it first off.
Mm.
Um, but now that just because we're getting into the last we're getting the back end of this now. I'm gonna close start going into the last what I usually end with these last two
Mm.
questions. And while I ask this, if anyone has any questions for Mr. Sam Packpack, please feel free to let them rip. But out of curiosity, do you have any sort of like future plans or projects or I always like to say do you have any like pipe dreams you kind of hope to hit with this?
Yeah, bro, like, oh my God. Um, like, I guess for me, I had I told this like similar story to my chat one time because I just literally was I don't know how it came up, but I think someone was kind of like, bro, like, are you down to do this? Like, are you trying to do this full time? And then I was
Like content
like,
creation.
yeah, content creating, like just anything, just like what basically what I'm doing now today, like as a hobby. Pretty much that really got me thinking. Even within that minute that he asked me, I was like, holy crap, dude, like, dude, it would honestly be a dream to do this full time for sure. Like if I could make enough money, if I make okay, even if I can make the same amount of money that I'm working on my job right now, I would quit my job for sure. If I can make the same amount, I would quit my job today, and do this full time for sure. Because for me, I already kind of know how much, kind of money that, like, I need to like survive. And I grew up with like, when I was like in Nashville, like I knew how it felt to be like pretty poor, working two jobs, 15 hours a day, trying to just make rent and just trying to make it out there. And like, um, I've been through that struggle, so I know, like, if I really need to, I don't need all these keyboards. Like I know how to cut back. Um, and so like if I can do this full time, bro, like this would be a dream for sure. Because I think like for me, back in like high school and junior in high school, like that was what I was working on, like towards already. Like I was trying to make YouTube videos of like it was that
That was when
scene
the
where
start. That was that when we were in high school. Was when like YouTube was like YouTube as a career was
yeah,
really
yeah.
popping off.
So like yeah, it was just like you just see all these Asian guys like making all these covers of songs and like them on a guitar just playing, right? So that's when I really just started just even doing music in general and then like trying to do like just making YouTube videos in general, I guess. And that's where I started learning editing and all that stuff. And then, I've been doing that ever since like, I went to college. Even in college, I started doing like stupid music videos, like Gangnam Style cover, and like it was like
Are
I
they
got
out there? Can I
oh
find
my
them?
god,
Please tell me if I can find them.
I privated all those videos, so
Damn
like
it!
you
Can I?
can't you
Can I?
can't
Can
find
I?
them.
Can I see
But
them?
dude, that
Can
thing
I see
that
them?
that thing raked up, I don't not crazy amount of views, but like it was more views than I thought. And then like so I was like doing all that stuff and like, low key I always wanted to do like either like YouTube or do some kind of content creating as a career, not like working for a corporate company and like answering to somebody all the time. Like that's not me. Like for me, I want to just create, I guess, create something or just even like now that like we've been streaming for almost it's not even been a year yet and I'm like falling in love with streaming. And even back then when I was in college, I was actually streaming on Twitch for a little while, like doing gaming stuff. So I had a taste of, just everything growing up and like now that I'm here and actually feels like I'm doing it like low key sometimes I feel like I can like in the back of my mind I'm like yo like if I really 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 tried and stop being lazy maybe we can do something with it, maybe we can actually like make it happen.
I
I think
feel
for
that.
me what's the problem is imposter syndrome a lot where I feel like I'm not good enough. I think that is the biggest thing that I always fall into with myself with my own insecurities is that I'm just not good enough to make it. So I'm why put so much hard work and effort to get shot down? And that's like I replay that a lot in my head. Even now, like sometimes when I'm streaming and I don't see numbers, like um even though like it shouldn't be for the numbers, it should be because you love doing this, but you can't help but see the numbers sometimes. And then when those times do happen, I'm just like, damn, bro, like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time on this? Like, and I fall into that a lot. And then, like, it hurts. And then, and then I get into a rut of just like, man, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I just want to yeah, just stick with my job that I have right now. Like, it's easy money and, like, and we just chill and, keep at it. But, like, part of me always just says no, that's not enough. Like I don't know what it is, like even still, like even though I still feel like I haven't like done anything with content creating, like I'm just like dude, this is not enough. Like I can't just be at this job and just stay where I'm at. Like I don't know what it is, but something's always inside me just saying, dude, like you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Um, so yeah, I mean, we're just trying one step at a time, and working with like yeah, Kinetics Labs is like it's been a really pleasure because that has been giving me a lot of like um encouragement because they're like, dude, we want to work with you. And I'm like, that means like my stuff is not bad, right? And so that gives me kind of like encouragement and like a sense of like, dude, like you got this, like just keep practicing and keep working at it. Like, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens after that, man. Because like I guess the reason why I do want to make those like videos that are coming out that I'm pushing out now for these companies is that if another company sees that, like say another keyboard vendor sees what I'm doing, they're like, dude, we want to reach out to Sam and like work with him, do more stuff with him and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, hopefully that one of these days, like I can just say, bro, like I quit my job and I'm doing this full time. Like that would be a freaking dream, bro.
I, I felt every word you said like it was a shot to the chest. Like I think every creative to some capacity goes through it. It is so hard, but it's also like relieving to like hear it from others too, because like it's you're like you're not alone, you know. It's strange, but I guess it's like I don't know. You just gotta exactly what you said. You have to keep going because if you stop, then it's never gonna happen. Like it's kind of like ends up being like how bad do you want it? And I think like a big thing that keeps me going at least is like, dude, how mad are you gonna be at yourself in like 50 years if you're like, wow, I had an opportunity, like I had a shot, I had the like I had
Yeah.
it there. It's like and you just let it go, and
Yeah.
that's what keeps me going at least. It scares me
Mm.
because it's like imagine like 50 years fly by because they're gonna fly by, which is also terrifying to say out loud.
Yeah.
But imagine like turning 75 and I'm just like shit, like that was it.
Yeah, dude. And like
It's as deep as that to me. Like it's like damn, like that's waste. It's like I don't want to waste
yeah.
the time. Like like, if it takes 20 years to get there, that's fine. As long
Yeah,
as in
dude.
50 years, I'm not pissed at myself.
Yeah, because a lot of times I feel like we compare a lot of like, dude, like this guy is like 23 and already made it, and like we do a lot of this like why like I'm X and X age, like why am I not there yet? And then sometimes I'm just like, bro, like maybe like either your heart is not there yet to accept like that kind of position, or you're just not ready for that kind of pressure and ready for that kind of like mantle in a sense to like push on like be in
It
that position in the first place. So
and it's not even that. It's a lot of that too. Is like you just need to get. I think that is there because don't get me wrong. I am at that moment too. Like where like you see like people younger than you that are absolutely. There is a kid who's my sister's age, just 3 years younger than me. I've known him. I've known him like a very long time. Not like super well on a personal level, but we've known each other. We've been acquaintances for a very long time since we were kids. He is currently like his name is Evan Padarakis. If those of you who don't know, he is killing it. He is incredibly talented. He shoots with Justin
Mhm.
Bieber. He's really been recently been is it the kid Leori? Um,
Oh wow.
he shot Justin Bieber's wedding. The Chainsmokers. He's very close to the Chainsmokers, and it's amazing. Do not get me wrong. It's incredible seeing him do this work. He is amazingly talented. But it sets in some insecurities when you're a creative as well, who's 3 years older than him and is like he's kind of like watching it. And it's one of those things that you can't compare yourself and you can't let stuff like that because you're not there like get in your
Mm,
head and things like
mm,
that because it's not your time, it's their time,
yeah.
and your time you need to keep working with the mindset that your time will come too.
Hmm.
Because if you compare yourself to others, like there's a 21-year-old that just won the Euro Cup. There is someone my sister's age on Chelsea who won the Champions League. There
Dang.
is like some people built some movie stars got their big break when they're 10 years old and stayed famous for like it's just different people's times are different at it all comes down to I guess when the universe thinks you're ready.
Mm.
And you gotta I think you have to keep that mentality too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. But yeah, I mean, just gotta keep doing what we gotta do right now, I guess.
I guess I guess this kind of like leads very well into my next question. But the last question I typically ask my guess is what is something you go back to tell a younger version of yourself? What would you tell them, whether it be advice
Oh my
or
gosh, dude.
words of encouragement?
Dude, like yeah, I actually said this also in my chat one time. Like, dude, like if one thing I would definitely say for myself at least is just bro, like stop wasting your time. Like for real, like stop wasting your time because I think there was so many opportunities and so much time I could have saved if I didn't play like video games, if I didn't go out as much and like waste like money going out, like spending all this money like going out to drinking and stuff, like bro, like if I saved all that time and money and everything, like I feel
What
and
age
put
group?
this
What age group SamPakPak are you talking to right now?
like 22, 20, like right out of college. Yeah,
Got
right
it.
out of
Got it.
college.
Got it. Because I'm
Yeah.
sitting there, I'm like, was like 15-year-old SamPakPak just out on the bars getting slams? Not to interrupt your flow, but I feel like painting the age range is really good for
Oh my
this.
gosh, no, no, no. Oh, that's illegal, bro. Yeah, I would say
Sorry.
like or okay, like even okay, actually, I would even say like talking back to 16-year-old Sam Pack is like, dude, like you could have just studied like, photography and all that stuff ahead of time. You could have, put the effort into like, doing other things than playing Counter-Strike or something. Like there were so many hours that I spent like playing video games. I mean, video games is not a bad thing, but if it comes to the point where it stops you from like, if you can achieve a goal somehow, and you're spending all this time playing video games just for fun and not for like, becoming a pro or anything like that, like just literally mindless, like spending time just because you have nothing else to do in your life, and I think that time I could have put in, practicing content creating. But at the same time, I'm just like, bro, like I didn't even know that's what I wanted back then either, I guess. And didn't even know that was even gonna be a thing. Cause I guess for us, like as Asian culture too, like we would never have thought this would be a thing, even like an opportunity for us to even happen, because it's always just been you got to be a doctor, lawyer, this and that. Like, that's pretty much the stereotypical, jobs that you pretty much have to go after as like an Asian American, and second generation here. So those stuff never really crossed my mind, I guess. But at the same time, that kind of creativity has always been there inside of me, and I know that because that was just something that I've always like was always drawn to. But at the same time, I wish like yeah, I just wish I didn't spend so much time playing video games and could have watched more YouTube videos on like tutorials and just working on the craft and learning more business side of things rather than just like you know mindlessly playing video games. And like dude, there's some kids that I know out there, like I'm just like, dude, like how do you guys, you're like 15, 16, how come my mindset wasn't like yours? And I feel like it's definitely different from back then when it was like our generation to now, because I feel like now, because of the internet so huge, they already have like a huge step up from us like back then, and for us it was just starting out and we're just getting to know what it kind of was. But now it feels pretty like solidified where you can literally go and hop on the internet to find anything and anything you want. So I would say like, dude, like if you guys are like, dream chasers and stuff like that, I highly encourage you guys to, just try to minimize as much time wasting to put it into like a craft or something that you guys want to achieve. Because yo guys, like I think I'm still like 16 years old sometimes. But dude, I am 29 right now and time flies like, and you have no idea. I don't know how many times people tell me like, yo, like time does really fly when you get older. And I didn't realize that until I'm like this years old, like 29 years old now. I'm like, bro, where has time gone? And it's really crazy. And just make use of every time that you have now when you're young, to do what you want. But at the same time, like if you don't know what you want, just try things. Just try anything because you're gonna end up finding out what you like and don't like. So, but just don't sit there playing video games all day. That's all I gotta say.
I fantastic words of wisdom from Mr. SamPakPak. I feel it on a personal level. Yeah, listen, if you're young, it's okay if you don't know what you want. I'm 26 and I don't know what I want. I know I want to win an Oscar, but I don't know how I want to get there. There's a let me find my notebook. I saw a thing. At least like this has to do with like people who think they need to know what they should know what they're doing. And it's about realizing even like it's the realization when you realize that adults are winging it. Like the people that you looked up to are winging it. No one has a plan. The gods are fallen and all safety is gone. By John Steinbeck. And essentially, it's like I read that, and then I read it again, and then I read it 6 more times. I'm like, this does not feel good. And it's kind of like, it's almost just like, just remember that like people who you think have their shit together are probably winging it just as much as you are. So kind of just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
big words of wisdom.
Yeah, one other thing that like really sticks to my mind, at least like it's actually a Gary V like inspirational like kind of
Go
thought.
sell. Go. You want to make $1 million? Go absolutely demolish people's asking prices at garage sales and flip a 40-cent Sonic game for $600 because you sold one posting. Go for Beanie Babies. They're big sellers on eBay. Just go out there and be like, yeah, $5. I'm sorry, I can only do it for a nickel. I gotta walk.
But I guess like one of the okay, besides that, well, I've actually never even heard that one, but yeah. But yeah.
The dude loves to go rip people off of garage
Oh
sales.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Don't get
But
me
yeah,
wrong, I watch a lot of Gary Vee.
but yeah, the one thing that really stuck to me for him was that like um he was like basically saying to parents, like, parents, guys, if you have like, a daughter or a son, like, and he's like, 25 or something like that, don't expect them to have it all like figured out, I guess. Cuz like sometimes like our parents, like, I'm not saying specifically anybody's parents, but I feel like a lot of parents out there, expect of us to kind of have figured what we're supposed to do in life, I guess. But it's kind of like, dude, like, they haven't even really like figured it out, I guess, because if they figured it out, they would have been like filthy rich and doing all this stuff, great stuff or whatnot, but they're not, and they're still figuring things out. And if they're trying to tell a 25-year-old to like figure things out at a 25-year-old level, like, kind of like, bro, like, how do you expect them to like really know what they're supposed to do in life? Like, basically, what I think of that is like, don't think that like you're supposed to have everything what you're supposed to do in life figured out by at the age of like 25 or 20, whatever. um I think as you live life, you figure out what you do want to do, no matter how long it takes, because there's no like correct amount of age or like correct whatever time that you have to figure it out. If it takes you until 50 years old to figure it out, bro, go at it. Like, why not? Like, who says that that's not okay? Um, Obviously, if you're like 90 years old and trying to figure it out, like, okay, maybe when we got a situation going.
You know
But
what?
yeah,
It's hard to pick what
but
you want
you
to do.
can see like other people, like, they haven't figured it out until like maybe like when they're really really much older, and it
When you
happens.
know, you know. When you know, you know.
Yeah, so don't feel like you
So
have to get
getting me right.
everything right now. Don't think you have to have a house right now. Don't think you have to get married right now, have kids, this and that, everything lined up. Like, it doesn't make sense, And I think people have their own story, and you
It's
can't be
important.
living someone else's story and trying to fit your life into someone else's story, because your story is your story, and you're supposed to live out the way you're supposed to live out and not follow into someone else's footsteps. And whatever decisions you guys make in life is should be your own, and hopefully it's has some reasoning behind it and stuff like that, not just aimlessly doing stuff. But maybe sometimes aimlessly doing stuff is will help you figure out and get you on the right track sometimes. But yeah.
I think it's important. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mm.
No
Yeah,
matter what,
yeah,
no matter how you feel, like you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Sam. That was fantastic. I'm
Thank you for
feeling
having me.
inspired. I'm like, damn, I gotta do more. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get on this grind set, sir. Seriously, Sam. Though, thank you so much. Now, like for the past weekend, for being the guest this week, it was it's been an absolute pleasure. Uh,
Yo, pleasure's
Seriously,
mine,
thank you.
bro. Yeah.
Sam, if you guys don't know Command, God, she's good.
Yeah.
Command guest though, to check out and check out Mr. SamPakPak's Twitch. That's the link there. You can follow him on all socials. I highly recommend his YouTube and his Instagram. Also SamPakPak. Sir, do you have anything you'd like to plug? Anything? This is your time. This is the now the
My
Sam
time, my
Pack Pack
time. Oh
commercial hour,
shoot.
baby. What do you got
Oh
going on?
snap. Yeah, guys, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3:30 EST on Twitch. We do keyboard stuff, we do some gaming stuff, Lego stuff. We just do a bunch of random things, but mostly keyboard. And yeah, dude, guys, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, we're gonna be doing a giveaway at 5K. I'm gonna be giving away a Rama Kara. It's gonna include the mint switches from Dino Keys and no keycaps included, by the way. But yeah, stabilizer will be there. But yeah, we'll be doing giveaway at 5K. We're almost there. We just need 4,000 more people. I mean, not 4,000, 400 more people. And yeah, and then
How do I rig that? How do I rig that?
I don't know. Don't give me no follow bots though. But yeah, yeah, guys, and also like for my YouTube stuff, I'm actually gonna be focusing a lot on YouTube. These next couple months actually. Not that I'm gonna like stray away from streaming, but I feel like YouTube is definitely the place for where I think I need to make my content a little bit more present. Um, as much as I love streaming, I definitely want to make better YouTube content, and it's gonna entail like still keyboard stuff, maybe some tech review stuff, and just like I guess people were asking me of like my own desk setup tour and like maybe like my workflow of like how I take photos and videos and stuff like that. Maybe some tutorials. I don't know. But honestly, like if I show you guys tutorials, you guys see how you guys will see how scuffed I really am, like on making videos, and it's like a really big lie in the back. I'm just faking to making it, but yeah, there's
Hey,
gonna be a lot
listen.
more.
Oh, we're all faking it till we make it. No, 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 no. I support that.
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot more YouTube videos coming very shortly. I just need to get onto it. I have all the ideas. I just need to do it. But yeah, there's a lot of transition phase going on for me right now because yeah, I'm about to get married in like a couple
Woo!
months, and I'm gonna be moving to a new space and
Let's
doing a whole
go.
new desk setup. So like it's gonna be a crazy end of the month. I mean like next couple months for me. So that's why I just have to get on to making the videos. I just can't delay it. I just need to do it. But yeah, that's gonna happen. So yeah.
Trust me. I feel that I'm definitely on that same page. Actually gonna be putting actually not to self plug in my own stream, but I will be hopefully tomorrow if I don't decide to completely revamp it. But I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'm gonna be dropping a new YouTube video for the first time in a couple months, but not a keyboard video, a vloggy, short filmy kind of one from the Euro Cup final. I'm very excited.
Nice.
But yeah, again, Sam, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you coming on here. I would definitely love to have you on again soon. Once again, guys, check him out at SamPakPak on all platforms. I'm sure you can imagine. You said your stream went tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow 3:30 p.m.
Wonderful.
EST.
Make sure to check out the boy 3:30 EST. And yeah, I think that about does it. Thank you guys all so much for being here. We're gonna go raid my friend Apex Sidekick. He hasn't been on in a very long time. He is one of my OG followers, a very good friend of stream, an all-around good guy. He tucks people in at night, so I want him to tuck me in before I go to sleep tonight. And you guys all should go check him out as well. Please drop him a follow. If you're feeling generous enough, drop him a sub. He is a super nice dude. I absolutely adore him. And again, Sam, thank you so much. We'll hang out soon. If you guys are interested, Sam left 2 of his screws for the daughterboard port on the 7V at my apartment, and he said I could keep them. So I will be throwing them up on Mech Market for around $120 a screw. They're A stock, perfectly fine. PayPal or Jim K. Darling Botanical or a girlfriend also. I will be happy to trade for. So just let me know. I'm willing to negotiate or best offer, of course, shipping included. Sam, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. We'll be back next week, and I will be streaming again tomorrow as well at 8 p.m. Maybe earlier. We're building a Function 96 with Boba switches for our friend King Ito. Another work keyboard. But yeah, go show Mr. Apex Sidekick some love. Jinte, mwah. I love the D's nuts yo-yo trip. It was fantastic. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for being here, and as always, cheers, my friends. I love you all. Go show Apex some love. I'll see y'all. Bye, guys.